Good morning, Zio here. And before we get started, I just wanted to go over a few things. One, if you haven't already, you should subscribe to the channel. Two, if you haven't followed me on TikTok or Twitter, Twitter, you should probably go do that too. And or it doesn't matter, both, one, doesn't matter. Anyway, three, if you ever wanted to support the channel, you can do that now, utilizing Ko-Fi. Links are down below. So with all that, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Good morning, Zio here, and today it's time for a Final Fantasy XIV update. So, grab yourself some coffee, sit back, relax, and let's get into it, shall we? Anyway, so, Final Fantasy update. What's going on? What's happening? Well, the game is going back on sale finally. Free trials will be spun back up, so you can go ahead and use that system as well as new data servers, balance changes, and buffs to different classes, and all sorts of other things. We won't go over all of it right here, but we will go over some of the more important things. Like, for instance, the game will go back on sale January 25th at 12 a.m. PST time. The game will be available for purchase for anyone who has been looking to purchase and get into it but hasn't been able to because they had to halt the purchases because the game was so successful recently that they had to go, whoa, too many of you. I'm sorry, we have to shut the door for the time being. But yeah, as well as they will be monitoring the server cells, and they will be resuming the free trial. So, you know, that works too, which is great. So those of you who are on the free system, you'll get to come back now. They are adding new data center travel systems, which sounds pretty cool. Yeah. So this is a new system that I had heard that they were planning to launch with, but apparently they didn't. Of course, the reasoning for that is because of the server congestion and all this other stuff, which makes sense. You know, you don't want to congest the servers even more if you got people traveling from one data center to the other data center, clogging up that data center. So, you know, preventing other people whose home is that data center to actually be able to log in. But, yeah, apparently we will be getting a patch for Final Fantasy XIV, based on the past patch cycles. It is possible to estimate that it was sometimes in the spring or early summer of this year. That means this will occur after patch 6.1, but we don't know exactly when the date is for that actual system to be implemented, which is cool. So if you're on a data center, your friends are on another data center, which is true in my case, by the way, you know, instead of actually moving myself away from my free company and everything over to join them, I can now just travel to their data center because there are some restrictions, of course. They have to be within your region. Luckily for me, they are in my region, right? So that works out for me. But yeah, they did throw this in here because I guess people don't realize that you must log in before you travel to another data center. I figured that was kind of a no-brainer kind of deal. It's like cross worlds, because that is currently a thing. You can go to other worlds in your current data center, right? But you have to log in, then hit the cross, you know, go to you know, one of the crystals and click it and tell it you want to go to another world, that sort of thing. So I figured the system would work the same. Therefore, you've got to log in. Of course, there are limitations, so cross-world link shells and free company chats will not actually work if you're in another data center, which makes sense. But they are opening new data centers as well. The Oceania data center will be planned to open January 25th. This will allow players to access Australia, New Zealand, Polynesian, and Melanesia. I don't know how to say that place anyway, and improve network performance. So all those people over there on the oceanic side of things will have their own data center for now, or will have their own data center, which will hopefully also help alleviate a lot of the strain that's on the other servers as of right now. The World Transfer Service will return, of course, after the launch of the Oceanic Data Servers and the resumption of game sales. The Homeworld Service will be back on January 26th. Another feature was delayed due to server congestions. This will allow you to move your characters to another homeworld permanently. The service will be restored for all players at all data centers. As of right now, of course, that system has been, not allowed. They've disabled it, so you've been kind of stuck, right? So even if you wanted to go join your friends on another data center, you couldn't really, without starting up another character. But they also halted all that stuff, so it is what it is. They are also expanding data centers. What this whole video is about, is alleviating server congestion. So there are new data centers with 4 worlds for North America planned in August. In the spring/summer of 2023, 4 additional worlds are planned. So, not this year, but next year, they are planning to expand those data centers to alleviate even more pressure that, the game has when it comes to logging in right now. 2 new worlds for Europe. So over there in Europe, don't worry, you're not alone, or you're not being left out or anything. They also are planning to do the same thing over there. It will host 8 new worlds. You guys get more worlds than us, not fair. Anyway, and Japan will get a new data center in July, and its worlds will be reconfigured as well. The region currently has 3 data centers, 1 with 10 worlds and 2 with 11. Each data center will be home to 8 worlds when it goes live, while the number of worlds will remain unchanged. This will allow for more space in each data center. This will also improve capacity by 50,000 players, which is cool. So yeah, that's the news. That's the updates going on. The game is going back on sale. New data centers are incoming, and yeah, some new features as well. Let me know what you think down in the comments below, and I will talk to you later. See ya.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, smash that like button, and always subscribe for more. And of course, there are other videos floating around somewhere on the screen, so click one of those and see if you can find something that suits your fancy. Till then, I'll see you later. Bye.